What's going on, everyone? Sports back with another video. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about the current goaltending situation for the Toronto Maple Leafs. As it's been a very rocky stretch over the past month or so, Leafs have not been good, defensively since the second half of the season started. They've had some really bad games. Jack Campbell seems to have lost his confidence. He's not been good. That obviously begs the question, do changes need to be made? You take a look at Jack Campbell and what he's done since the All-Star break. He lost a bad game to the Calgary Flames. He gave up 5 goals. He had 2 good games, though. The Kraken and the Penguins, those were back-to-back games. He gave up 3 goals in the 2 games combined. He had 45 saves out of 46 shots in a 4-1 win against the Penguins. That was definitely one of his better games of the year. But then he played a terrible game against the St. Louis Blues. He gave up 5 goals in that one. And then in an overtime loss to the Blue Jackets, he let in some very soft goals. He was not good in that game. And then, of course, we know what happened on Saturday night in that third period. He was not good. There's no question about it. He gave up 5 goals in the game, 3 in a couple minutes in the third. He was not good. He got pulled with the lead in that game. It was definitely he definitely has not been good. Peter Mrazek, outside of really the game against the Montreal Canadiens, he's been very good. He's been good, and he's starting tonight. 2 games in a row where he's starting, so it's definitely interesting. And really, we don't know what's going on. Maybe Jack Campbell is playing with an injury we don't know about. Who knows? But, Campbell got pulled with a 2-goal lead in the third period of a game against a team in Detroit who we should beat no problem. So his level of confidence, is probably a little bit low. And if this keeps up, of course, the trade deadline's on March 21st. And if this keeps up, for the next week or two, do the Toronto Maple Leafs look to make a trade for a goaltender? 2 of the hottest names and the best names on the market are Marc-Andre Fleury with the Chicago Blackhawks and Alexander Georgiev with the New York Rangers. Now, of course, those players are going to cost you something. They're not going to be cheap, and we know the Leafs could be in the market for a top defenseman, maybe a top 6 forward. But if you end up trading for one of these goalies, that takes you out of the sweepstakes for a, higher-end player, like a higher-end top 4 defenseman or a top 6 forward. So definitely something to monitor. Now, if the goaltending turns around over the next week or two, do the Leafs end up trading for one? Probably not. If Campbell, starts the next couple games or his next couple starts and he plays the way he was playing in up until the All-Star break, there's no question he is fine, but that's got to stay consistent. So there's definitely some worries here. Is it the main concern with this team right now? Probably. We're scoring at a good level. You take a look at our past games, we've scored 15 goals over the past 2 games. So we've definitely been scoring at a good rate. So going into the playoffs, if we can't stop the puck, we're not going to beat any team. It doesn't matter what team we play, you're just not going to beat teams. So Jack Campbell and Peter Mrazek, between the 2 of them, they have to turn things around. And I don't know if that's going to happen right now. It's been definitely a very interesting past little while. Hopefully the Leafs, though, are able to fix this goaltending situation. But Georgiev is definitely a name that I think the Leafs could go after because he's not too expensive and he's an RFA, so we would control what he does in the offseason. So that leaves you a lot of doors open. As for Fleury, it's probably a little more unlikely, because of his price and because what Chicago would want, if we had to trade for him. So I think of these 2 goalies, it's more likely we probably get a Georgiev over Fleury, but anything's possible. And really, I don't think the Leafs right now view the goaltending situation as a huge need. I think they're pretty confident that one of these 2 guys will be able to turn it around. I think that'll be the case ultimately, and I don't think the Leafs will trade for a goaltender at the trade deadline, but definitely something to look out for. If this keeps up for the next 2 weeks, then I definitely think the Leafs should look to bring in one of the better goaltenders on the trade market leading up to the deadline. But really, guys, that's all I got in this video. I wanted to be a very quick video. Just wanted to quickly talk about the current goaltending situation for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Let me know what you think down below in the comment section. Should they trade for a goalie? Let me know all that good stuff down below in the comment section. And as always, please leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. We'll see you guys on the next video. Go Leafs, go.